What's up people, welcome back to another video. This week's video is a little different from what I usually post. I got the chance to interview a professional coach whose name is Javier Pindado or Angel Javier Hernandez Pindado. Now this guy's playing career includes the likes of Atletico de Madrid, Las Palmas, Getafe, Granada and so on. Currently he is the goalkeeping coach of Atletico De Kolkata, coaching the likes of Arindam Bhattacharya and Dheeraj Singh, with whom he won the ISL last season. So watch this entire video to know his journey from Spain to winning the ISL in India last season and to know what advice he would give to coaches and players. Also, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It will help me reach more players and more coaches around the world. Let me introduce you to this series that I plan to start. Okay, so I'm planning to get as many footballers, coaches that I can. I call it Tiki-Taka because it's a sort of give and take. And we have different sections and each section has questions. And all the sections are football related. Okay, so maybe you like the idea. So the first section is called the back pass. And in this section, we take it back to the past, to how it all started. So that is my first question to you. So how did it all start for Javier Pindado?
Well, I started to play football in my town, very young. And after that, we tried to play in a different teams in third, fourth division until I have the chance to sign me in Granada FC. After Granada, I passed to Atletico de Madrid, and I have contract with Atletico de Madrid for 4 years. The first years, I don't have any chance to play in the first team because there are full of goalkeepers, Tony Jimenez, Hermono Burgos, Sergio Sanchez. So I took a decision to play in the second team. The second I play in Getafe. After I come back to Atletico de Madrid, I finished my contract. I moved to Antwerp in Belgium. I've been there for 1 year. After I moved to Albacete. Finally, I say because it's the place where I feel more comfortable and where I feel more like important player was in Mas. I've been there 7 years, so it was nice time for feel the atmosphere for the football, for feel the atmosphere for the supporters, for everything. And after I returned to my town in Avila, the football is amazing. And in one moment, some manager called me, "Hey, I need you. You want to play in Cyprus?" And I moved to Cyprus to play my last year as professional. So it's nice.
Nice. That's quite an amazing story. But how did you move into coaching from playing there?
Well. It's, I think, the coach position is the more close you will have as feel like a player, as your player fell in the past. So it's the next step for the player to be a coach if you like and if you feel comfortable with that situation, because I think it's not easy to be a coach. It's not really easy. You have many points to have the contract and it's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the next question. What do you think is the best moment of your career till now, playing and coaching?
I have great moments. I have one promotion with Las Palmas. But I think, like, as a coach, and is to be a champion, to be a winner, like we have done with ATK the last year. So I think this is the most important moment for me. That's when you feel the trophy, when you have in your hands all the work for the season, and then you see with the trophy. That is amazing.
Yeah, I could see you celebrating very actively in the celebrations after the final.
Yeah, because I am the guy that I think we have to enjoy the moment, and you never know when you want to take again the champion. So if we take one time, try to enjoy.
Okay, the next question is, if you could go back in time and tell younger Javier something, what would it be?
Well, too many things.
One,
Too many
one,
things.
one important advice that you would give him.
Uh, I don't know. I think sometimes when you are a player, you think you are over the other things, and it's not.
Okay.
It's not true. It's not true because the football is a big bubble, and then when the bubble is over, then you know the real truth, and then maybe that point I would say that you are in a bubble. Take care because if that thing is open is over, you will have in troubles.
That's actually pretty good advice. Okay, the next question. So I asked my Instagram followers if there's anything they would want to ask you. So some people have sent their questions in, and the next question is from one of those, Paul Mickey Carvalho. He asks, how highly do you rate winning the ISL in your achievements?
In the first
Yeah, you
because
touched on it before.
yeah, it's we being champion. You
Exactly.
cannot be more than that. So I think is the best.
And your La Liga debut will be second?
Ah, if I will be second in the Liga, I don't know. It's a
Okay.
different
Okay.
feelings.
Okay. The next question is a little similar to what I asked you previously. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Work hard, work hard, because maybe you don't have the enough skills for football. But if you are a hard worker and you believe in your job, you can get a lot of results.
And your coach was the one who gave you this advice?
Uh, I don't know if it was a coach, but I think it was someone very close to me. I cannot
Okay.
remember.
Okay. With that, we end the first section, back pass. Now we move into the second section that I have called Remontada, because it's all about comebacks and motivational stories. So the first question in Remontada is, what is the biggest challenge you have faced and how did you deal with that?
I think the first time I moved out to my house with 18 years old, I moved to, okay, in Spain it's close, but it's 600 kilometers without the family, in some place we never know the place, just for try to get my dream. I think that is the first one.
And how did you deal with this challenge?
I have to say I have lucky because my teammates were in that moment amazing, and
Okay.
I learned a lot of things and they helped me a lot.
Okay, good. So the second question is from another Instagram follower. He asks, not in football, but in life in general, what do you consider your best victory and your worst loss? This was asked by one follower called Adarsh Lagamannavar.
It's okay. I think my victory is to to still have the dream. I mean, I still have to be close to the football, because my dream always was to play football, and right now I am in the football world. So I think this is a victory for me because it's not easy. It's not easy to be in a football, to have a team, to stay in a staff. That is, I think that is the most victory for me. And the loss, I think when I lost some familiars and people close to me, it was very hard, and this was really difficult because in that moment I couldn't be at home.
Okay. So that leads us into the next question, which is, how important do you think is mental health when it comes to football?
Wow, 1 to 10, 10,
Okay. Because
because
because one of
yeah,
my followers, Rishi Tendulkar, wants to know, if what is more important, tactics or the mental side of it?
Yeah. all the both points are important, but you as a player, you have to be strong, mentally strong, because you will have a lot of difficulties, a lot of stones in the work. There are many things they can disturb you. There are many things they will try to stop you in your career. So you have to be really strong. Tactically is something you can learn. You can learn with a good coach, with even by yourself you can learn, because if you watch the games, you can learn a lot of things. Just not watching the game like a supporter, just watching the game like a football player. You can see many things and you can learn about that. Because don't forget, the football is a market. And
Exactly.
if you are in the market, someone want to get place. You have to be, because there you will have a lot of positive words around you, but you will have a lot of negative words. And how you management that kind of things is in the future who you are. That is a point for me.
Okay. So the next question is from another Instagram follower, Hemanchi_01. She wants to know, as a coach, how do you motivate your players when they start losing a few games? What do you say to them?
Well, some games they don't need motivation. It's
Okay.
easy for the players to be motivated for that games. Sometimes you have to do the opposite. You have to control that
Okay.
over motivation. Okay, but it's simple. I think it's simple. If you have been a player before, you know the feelings for your goalkeepers. You know the feelings. You know how they feel in the moment, and then you have to read your goalkeepers. You have to read the face. You have to read the behavior in the trainings, and then maybe you can push a bit, or you don't need that. Just you need to talk with him and talk about the positive things that he has, and sometimes that is enough. After the games, we talk about the things.
Okay.
But I think the goalkeeper is the guy who take more the mistake for himself.
Yeah.
Even if it's not his mistake, he will take for him. So we don't have to talk about the mistake, because we know, or the goalkeeper knows. The goalkeeper know if he make the mistake or not. We have to talk how to improve that situation in the future,
Okay.
because they know they make a mistake, and you cannot go and push him more in the pain. No, you made a mistake. Is my idea, of course. They will take time for understand the mistake. What we have to do is try to find a way to improve that points.
All right. Okay, with that, we end the second section and we move into the third section, which I have called Gegenpressing. The reason for this is because it's rapid fire. So you have to answer fast, as fast as you can. Okay?
Okay.
So the first thing that comes into your head. Okay. So the first question is, best player you have ever coached?
Best player, wow. I think all the goalkeepers for me are the best players.
Okay.
Who play and who don't play.
Okay. Your best friend in football?
Uh, is I have good friends. One in the staff, ATK staff, and another one's in some clubs in Spain.
Okay. Best match you have ever witnessed live?
I think one game with Las Palmas. We are playing for promotion, and in the last moment, my friend Marcos, he scored a goal, and everybody became crazy.
I can imagine that. Okay, best young talent in Indian football?
We have Sumit.
Sumit Rathi.
We have we have Jaes. One in I think Jaez Osaira for me is also is a good talent.
Okay.
I think is for me is the players.
One superpower you would want to have.
Sorry?
One
Superpower.
superpower.
Wow. That is difficult, eh? Superpower. I don't know. Maybe come back in the time.
That's a
Time
good
machine
choice.
or time machine or something like that, eh?
That's a good choice. I thought you would want to fly so that you can make those saves, those impossible saves.
But if you come back in the time, you know where is the ball, so maybe you can know before.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, next one is your favorite holiday destination.
I like to move around the world with my family every time it's possible. So I don't have one, but I can say we are citizens for the world. So
Okay.
we like to enjoy and discover the different places.
Okay, next one is a little bit controversial. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi or Ronaldo? I think both because they are different.
But if
We cannot compare the both because one is a finalizer, a striker, and the other one is also finalizer, but he play more for the team. I think for me, it's better player Messi as a player.
okay, okay. The next question is the one coach that has inspired you the most.
One coach we had in Atletico de Madrid when I was younger, and he teach me a lot of things. And still we are friends. So it's important. That life was important, really important for me.
Okay. Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I like all action movies.
Okay.
The last one I saw one in India, Bangladesh, with that guy, the big one, the Thor.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Execution or something like that. I think I like all the action movies.
Okay. Describe Indian football in one word.
I think we cannot describe in one word.
In one sentence, maybe?
The big promise, like something happen is gonna come in the future with the Indian football. Sure.
Okay. Your favorite music?
Well, I like the music, but I am not close for one style. I like all the pop, or some rock, or some R&B, some
Flamenco.
how is it? So some reggaeton. You know, flamenco is nice, but
Not for you.
for 1 hour, something like that. No.
Okay. Okay, your favorite TV show, if you have any.
Any TV series.
Oh, you watch anyone.
Yeah,
Have you
anyone.
watched Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, which ones? La Casa de Papel in Spain,
Yeah.
Spanish TV series. How is I don't know the name in English.
Money Heist.
House Money or something like that.
Money Heist, yeah. It's
Money
very
Heist,
famous.
that's
It's
one.
very famous in India
Yeah.
also. Okay. The funniest
I think there are many.
the funniest player in ATK.
Yes.
Jayesh.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't expect that.
He always is. Yeah, he's an amazing guy. He always have a smile in his mouth. He's amazing.
Okay, the next question is from another follower on Instagram. Swikar Acharya asks, the best team you have played against tactically.
Well, I remember I remember two when I played in Albacete. One Real Madrid with Beckham, Zidane, and that players, and the
Okay.
other one Barcelona with Ronaldinho, Iniesta. Well,
Wow.
we cannot take the ball even with the hands. Amazing.
Okay, that ends the third section, gegenpressing, and with that, I'm going to move into the next section, which I call a halftime tactics. This is something we switch it up a little bit, and my first question to you in this is, what is your opinion on football and the digital world? So, what do you think it's necessary for football?
Right now it's necessary, 100%. Right now is I think we cannot imagine one without the other one. Sure.
And the second question is, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
Really, I don't know. Really, I don't know. I start to do it's true because I start to work in that because my laptop don't have enough memory in that moment, and I say, okay, I will download in YouTube, and I have there the videos. But it's true, I don't know, I don't share a lot of videos in the last moments, in the last time, because sometimes it's not allowed for the club, so we have to follow some rules.
Okay, so that leads me on well to my next question. What do you aim to achieve with YouTube now?
Just to show my job and try to also for the goalkeepers, I think they can learn about the videos, or from the videos they can learn many things, and sometimes like to be open for the people can check the videos.
Okay, so yeah, that ends the halftime tactics, and now we move into the next section, third last section. It's called recovering possession. So this we are coming back to real time now, and the first question in that is, what are you doing during this lockdown? What have you been doing?
I try to enjoy the family because when we are out, it's a long time without the family, and also we are training here at home. I try to prepare also some training for the goalkeepers because it's a long period without activity, so they have to do something.
Okay.
But basically, try to enjoy the family.
Okay. And during season, what is your daily routine like?
Normally, we are training in the evening, so I used to wake up early around 7:30, 8. I go fitness or I go breakfast and after go fitness, depend the days. After that, I go back to the room and I prepare the season. I try to do some videos and try to check some points that we need for the next game. That is the day for us.
Sounds like a very interesting day, I must say.
No, but not all the days.
Okay, the next question is from another follower. At Tushar Antle wants to know, what is the major difference between the Indian League and the European leagues?
I think in the European leagues you can find players with a lot of quality, with speed, shoot, tactical, positional things. I think now already in India, that things they are growing. That thing is the good things for the Indian football because in the future, with the population that India have to be a one of the best in the world.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. The next question is, what type of exercises do you suggest to footballers? Not just goalkeepers, but footballers in general.
It's difficult. It's difficult because depending the age, you have to teach. If you are with the youngest, you have to teach them many things like control, like pass, like move, like how to go there, how to have a right position. After, when you are in the professional teams, it's more difficult because you have an objective every week, and you have to get it.
Okay. So yeah, that concludes the recovering possession part of this Tiki-Taka. And we move into the next part that is called through pass. This is focusing more on the future. So the first question is, what plans do you have for the future? Like after coaching, do you have any plans?
I think the life, how is the life now? We cannot watch in the future, in a long future, because we don't know what is going to happen.
Okay.
I give you a sample. Right now, before when we finish the season, my family and me, we have a plan to move to holidays, but that plans cannot happen. So okay, we can go step by step, try to do small things for the future, but nothing is clear. And sometimes you are thinking a lot in the future and you forget to live the present. So we have to manage that thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, the next question is, how do you think coaching will change in the future?
Already from my period as a player and now as a coach, everything changed a lot. Everything changed a lot. I think in the future the technology is going to be more included with the coaches, even in the field, more than now. Already, if you see many European leagues, there are a lot of technology, not in the GPS or that things. We can control all the stacks for the players. You can see many people in the bench. They can control the game. They can control the set pieces on live. So I think the future is gonna be very, very different as we are thinking now, because you can see already. Now you cannot training together. You can train like this. We are training by Zoom or by video chat. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So the next question is, what do you do to improve as a coach?
Try to be alert in the new things. Try to read people around the football, not just the tops, because the tops is a privileged coach. I think okay, we can learn from that guys, but we can learn more for the other guys that they don't have even material or they don't have even field for training or that things. I think we can take for that guys more the experience that for the top coaches. You can see, for example, Pep Guardiola in the Amazon or some TV series like that. Yeah. They have everything, and the main problem is when you don't have just maybe you have the balls or the bips. Yeah. Then we have to learn around that, and the idea in that moment is to try to check games, to see situations, to learn about the mistake from the big leagues and try to find an scenario for the future.
Okay, so you're always learning, always studying different coaches.
I think as a person, we have to learn for everyone.
All right. Okay, so the next question is from another follower of mine at Advait Gopte asks, what do you think about the future of ISL?
The future for the ISL, I think, is going to be more competitive than now.
Okay.
If it's going to be more competitive because before some teams maybe have another powerful, and the Indian players they are going to be the most important in the ISL teams because they're going to be the important players in the future.
Okay, so that ends the through pass section, and now we come to the final section that I have called extra time. And the first question is from another follower of mine at Utkarsha underscore 2002 asks, what are the qualities coaches are looking for in players?
Good question. Okay, sometimes depend the what you are looking for in your team. So for some position in the team, you are looking for some quality players, some powerful players, some strong players, some physically players. So sometimes depend how you want to find the balance in the teams. So you cannot have 11 quality players if they are not running or if they don't have a good physical condition. So you have to find the balance between 25 players.
Okay, but what is like the basics that a player needs to have to play for you, for your team?
Have to be competitive, have to understand what we remind or what we request, sorry. Have to take care for himself because as professional you have to take care. Have to be a good guy in the group. Of course have to be good skills, good if you have a goal also is important, but also we need defenders. So have to be a mix for all.
Okay. Okay, the next question is, for goalkeepers, what is the most important aspect of their game?
I think there are not one important aspect in the game. We need to be, we have to complete all the aspects in a high percentage. Because
Okay.
if you are good in 1 against 1, and you are not good in the outside shooting, we are lost. So we have to work in equalize all the points for the goalkeeper.
Okay. The next question is, so we are moving on to the last two questions now. The next question is, what is your advice to coaches watching this video?
I think I cannot give any advice to anyone because I am human like everyone. So, but if you are doing something because it's your passion, try to learn for everyone. Try to learn for everybody because everybody has something to show, and maybe you can. I don't want to say you copy what the other guys are doing. Just try to get the idea for yourself, and after with your idea, your style, try to show your players or your goalkeepers.
Okay, that's actually very good advice. Okay, the last question, what advice would you give to young footballers?
Believe, training hard, and listen the coaches. Listen the coaches, because now in the football, how it's working, there are a lot of things around the players that are not working well. So believe in your qualities, work hard, and listen the coaches because he's your coach.
Yeah.
So maybe he's right, he's wrong, but so when you become a coach, you will take the decisions. But right now you are a player. Try to enjoy, believe, and work hard.
All right. Well, thank you for that advice and for spending time talking to me. I certainly learned a lot. I hope you had fun too.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you very
Javier.
much, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.
I hope you're well there. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Bye.
Bye.